From Adams Morgan to Anacostia Park, we all want safer neighborhoods. But what does real safety mean? Real safety means preventing crime before it happens. By having police work with communities to disrupt cycles of violence, by supporting families with stable housing, and providing more mental health and drug treatment. We know that adding more police and locking up more people doesn't make us safer. Real safety means investing in the things that help prevent crime. Learn more at Real Safety DC.
Welcome to another edition of Vanessa the Vivacious podcast. It's been an awfully long time since I've recorded, and I have been going to school, which is awesome. I'm back in the game, back in the saddle. It's wonderful. So I hope you enjoy that things are going to get better audaciously, if that's a word. I don't even know. However, I'm loving every second of it, and this is fantastic. So I know I'm going the right way if I'm waking up every day saying, I can't believe I get to do this. That was the ultimate goal, right? So I'm going to let you guys hear a storytelling today of my first semester completed, having been back in school after 15 plus years. And I hope you enjoy it. Unlike our normal format, there is no music in between the segments, or it's actually really just one huge segment. So be prepared for no music during the show. However, be prepared for great stories and just awesome tales. So grab your kitties, figuratively and literally, grab your snacks and just put on your seatbelt, because it's going to be a ride. So I would like to discuss my first semester back at school. I took a really long break from 2002, or roughly 2003, I guess, if you count that, all the way through now, which is spring of 2020. It's been X amount of years. I don't even want to think about it, but I am so fortunate and so lucky that I've been able to go back to school. I now know what it's like to have a lot of potential and not quite get to live it, because we're limited by jobs that require complete education, such as a BA. And there are some that will say, we'll take experience over the BA, or, based on what you've done before, we will look that over. And I don't believe that that's entirely true, nor do I think that it gets you in every single door that you want personally, because sometimes that degree actually helps immensely, especially if it's something that's a technical field. Of course, you wouldn't want a doctor just coming in off the street and saying, hey, I have real life experience, but I don't have a med degree, which is not the same as video and TV and film. But still, I suppose with corporate jobs, it's super helpful. So that's what I take from it, is that it's not necessarily required for film and TV and radio, though it's certainly appreciated and gets you in a lot of doors that you normally wouldn't get in if you're trying to do other stuff than just indie work. So that being said, 15 plus years later, here I am again. It was daunting. And I really wish that I would have recorded from the beginning when I first started class, but I just didn't get a chance. So that's on me. But I can tell you that my first day and leading up to my first day, I questioned myself a lot, more than I've probably ever questioned myself before, just because it was X amount of years later and I failed horribly the first time. I went to school right after I got out of school. I was in a summer program in high school that had me in college before I started college. And I just went one straight into the other. And it was just a nightmare. I went to an expensive private school. I had all grants, loans, and scholarships, everything you can think of. But I didn't know that they took everything that you got and they divided it into quarters. And so if, say, they gave you 25%, you were not going to be able to make up the other 75% if you didn't have a job, if you didn't have a wealthy family, if your last name wasn't Rockefeller, there was just no way. And I didn't quite understand this until after I saw other students going home mid-semester and just not quite understanding what it was they were going through until I saw it for myself. So it was hard. It was so hard because I worked 2 work-study jobs. One of them was in a library, and the other one was, and get this, I was counseling other students higher level than I, teaching them how to graduate when I couldn't even get through my own first year because I was going to school far more than I was going to work at school far more than I was going to school. I barely had time to study. I had mental exhaustion. It was a train wreck is what it was. And I felt like a failure. I felt like there was no way, no coming back from that. So I withdrew from school and I said, I'll go back later. And the chancellor, I remember he said, "Are you sure?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I mean, I'm tired. It's what I got to do." And so I did. And I regret it to this day because I could have been done by now. I could have been, 15 plus years into the game. I could have been in California, making movies better than the ones that they make now, which are pretty much just, regurgitations at this point. It's embarrassing. I could have been at Sundance, I could have been doing so much more if I had gotten to stay in school and get that education. And even though it was a private school at $30K a year, it would have been done and I would have been far better off for it, I think. I don't know. Who knows if I would be right here with this family with, who knows? But life worked out the way it did, and that's fine. I mean, it was hard. It was hard for me to get the money to pay back my school in order to get my transcript, which is another thing they don't tell you. If you leave school, just know that you have to make sure you have no debt, because if you owe the school money, you are subject to them and held to them that until you pay off what you owe, you are not going to get a transcript, i.e. you are not going back to school. So X years later, after I paid it off, here I am. And I questioned myself on day one. I questioned myself before day one, just because I didn't know if I could live through what happened, the horror, the failure, the embarrassment. I didn't know if I could make it through that, but I also didn't know if it happened again and I failed, could I survive that? And I want to say, yeah, but I don't know. I kind of feel maybe I wouldn't have. I don't know. But luckily, this semester has been amazing. Oh my gosh, it's been amazing. The professors are wonderful. They're so personable. They're so knowledgeable. They work in the field, so their input is so valid, and they're just wonderful human beings. And I'm so happy that I went to the college that I currently attend, which is North Lake in Irving, part of the Dallas Community College District. I can't imagine not being there, and I can't fathom how this amazing education comes from this place. Not to say that community college is bad, because it's not, definitely not. But my gosh, I wish I'd have known about community college and how much it can, I guess, how worth it can be. I mean, I've done and learned far more in one semester of community college for this particular field that I love so much, more than I did or learned in a private university at $30,000. I could have saved $29,600. I mean, 20, whatever. I could have saved a lot of money. I could have bought a car. I could have bought a house. I could have had a family. I could have done so much with that money, but that's not why we're here. We're here because I want to catalog my experience. I really do. I think that there will be an awesome film for this, where we talk about the injustices, quite frankly, and how, the institution, the educational institution is broken. That's an obvious statement, but also the way that we fund education and the way that we keep people from pursuing education and letting those that are really, really wanting to study to be afforded the ability to do so, it's ridiculous. There are other countries that make it free for your entire life. So imagine how many of their citizens are educated. A lot of them are educated, and it's not a luxury to go to school. It's, it's a basic human right that they have. So why can't we have that? Why don't we have that? And with all the advances that we've had technologically, why can't we have social advancement like that? So I think that that's an important documentary to make. There is one already about student debt and the ongoings that has, but I want to hear my story told, because it's ridiculous that it even is a thing. It's ridiculous that I had to wait 15 plus years to have my second chance. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that I had to work so many.
This podcast is supported by The Real Real. Meet Christine. She loves shopping. And this is the sound of fashion overload. Too many fabulous things, not enough space. So Christine started selling with The Real Real.
I've always loved collecting designer pieces. Gucci bags, Prada heels. But my style keeps evolving. Selling with The Real Real? Game changer. I earn more, and they do everything.
Seriously, just drop off your items or schedule a pickup. We handle the photos, descriptions, pricing, even shipping. You just sit back and watch your items sell fast to our 38 million members.
And I get peace of mind knowing I earn more selling with The Real Real than anywhere else.
Exactly. That's the sound of your closet working for you. The Real Real. Earn more, save time, sell fast. And right now, you can get an extra $100 site credit when you sell for the first time. Go to therealreal.com to get your extra $100. Therealreal.com. That's therealreal.com.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Terribly physically exhausting jobs and not be able to live my potential the way that I wanted to. And I hope that doesn't come off sounding wrong, but I don't mean it to sound wrong. What I mean is that I spent so many years asleep. I spent so many years waiting for challenge, waiting for an opportunity to be challenged and to learn and really grow and love what I do. I love film. I love TV. I love radio. I love all media types, everything. I love every part of it, the creating, the directing, the production, the scripting. I love every single bit of it. And I can be awake all night long editing and then spend my whole day doing my daily grind. And then when I go back to editing or go to class for editing, I wake up in a heartbeat because this is what I love and this is what I want to do. And so I'm just incredibly thankful for the professors that I have and the things that I've learned and the support that I've received at that school. I'm just so happy with that. So, as you can hear, everything is going immensely well. I have all A's and I'm just doing so freaking well. And I think part of it also is because I'm older, so I appreciate it way more than I did before. Before it was all about going out and doing little things, partying, all that stuff, and meeting my new boyfriend of the minute or whatever, just having a good time. And now I have a family and, other things, 3 dogs. And so I'm more focused on the mindset that this is my life. There is no second chance. Well, this is the second chance, quite honestly, but there is no third, fourth, and fifth chance. This is the chance. We have to go for it. I have to go for it. I have to study hard. I have to make it happen because there is no fallback. I'm living on my fallback, if in a way, but I don't see it as a fallback. I don't see it as poor you, here's your consolation prize. Here's your second chance because you can't do anything else. No, I can do a lot of things. Honestly, I have a successful daytime position with an independent insurance agency that's so entrepreneurial. We get to control a lot of what we do, and it's amazing. And I do love it. I love working with people and putting, the power to control your insurance back in their hands. That's great. And I find myself doing all kinds of media production for them. I've made a couple videos for them for commercials. I'm still working on more videos, and I love making graphics, but this isn't a hobby for me. I'm not taking my classes to do just anything. I'm taking these classes because I live and breathe film and TV and radio and all of it. I was a TV child. I was raised by TV. My mom used to leave me at home on the floor watching TV, and I did not move a muscle. I was just totally absorbed by whatever was on that TV screen, and I just loved every single bit of it. I think a lot of older television, I can attribute my humor to, and my, comedic timing, or even storytelling. There are a lot of intricacies that I believe came about with early TV. So I appreciate so much of that. And that's probably the one thing that I gained out of a private education was appreciation for history of film and TV and radio. But ultimately, I think it's making me a better filmmaker, director, producer, because I appreciate the history. And I truly, truly believe with all of my heart that in order for us to move forward and to create something new, to really understand something, you have to understand its past. And I'll repeat that. In order to truly understand something, you have to understand its past. No question. I digress, I guess. What I'm trying to say is that I've had an exceptional semester and I've done some really great work, and I'm so proud of what I've done. I don't need anybody to tell me that they're proud of me, because I know that I've done some exceptionally good work, good starting work. And I'm just so excited to enter into the second semester. This semester I took Introduction to Television, Audio Production 1, and Film Editing. I loved all of them very much. Next semester in the fall of 2020, post-COVID, good Lord. And that's an interesting thing too, is that during the COVID times currently, our semester was transferred to online. So that made a lot of interesting times for having to do lab work, because we require using, thousands of dollars worth of equipment, but we can't touch that because it's at school. And so we learned how to modify our microphones with our iPhones and connect that to the Mac. And thank God I found a used reseller to sell me my Mac. But I've been very fortunate to be able to use what I have, and the audio has come out very well. So there is that. So anyway, next semester I have broadcast engineering. Looking forward to that. I also have studio production. I hear that's a super intense class. Look forward to that. And then I have, I think, visual graphics, which is also cool because I'm a graphics nerd too. So I'm loving every single minute of that program, to be quite honest. I just love the whole dargon thing. And I just can't wait to finish the degree, to graduate, to just really take the tools that I am given and to live into every single thing that I've learned. Because like I said, it's what I love. It's what I breathe. And it makes me super incredibly happy, just like making music does. So there you have it. I think next semester might be online also, so that will be interesting. But as I told one of my professors, I'm not going to panic just yet. I will wait for our head of program to say what's going to happen, and I'm just going to go forward like it's a normal semester, with the exception of wearing a mask all the time, of course. But I'm ready. And I can't wait. I wish I knew what books to read so I can start reading over the summer. And yeah, I'm that kind of person. But what I will do is I will make a ton of projects over the summer. And I found an internship. Super excited. I have decided that every single summer I will take off and just do internships, because we learn by experience. And God knows that in the TV and film world, you need a truckload of experience. So that's what I'm going to do. That's basically it in a nutshell. Loved my classes. I did super well. I still have all A's currently. When finals are done, hopefully I still will. I've worked super hard. My family's been really great about supporting me and watching my videos. I wouldn't be here without them, because they pick up a lot of slack at home. So thank God for that. And yeah, just loving life. I haven't recorded a podcast in some time, like a long time, because quite honestly, I didn't know how to record properly. I've always done it through I had a laptop and then like some basic microphone plug-in thing that I got from Amazon. I think I had two of them. It was like a little mini jack, and then you just plug it into the audio port in your laptop, and it was so basic, so terrible. I can't even imagine. Yeah, well, if you go to iTunes and you search my show, which is Vanessa the Vivacious podcast show, you will see when you listen to the episodes how unbelievably terrible the audio is. And now I can say with distinction, because of my education, hey, that is bad audio. So I guess that's a start, right? So as you'll see when you hear it, you'll understand what I'm saying. But I just have to say, I cannot explain how lucky I feel for having the support, from my family support, and for my professors' support and the school support. I just love that school so darn much, and I can't wait to see what happens in results. So thank you for joining me on this cataloging journey. I'm going to upload it as a podcast to iTunes. So I've been talking for 18 minutes. So why the heck not? One of my professors asked for a link to my podcast, and I just could not give it, because it's a bunch of crap. But hey, here is, I guess, in theory, a new episode. Normally I would play music in between, because I like music, not just because it's gimmicky. But this is a catalog of my journey. This is going to be usable audio for my documentary that I make. This is a podcast. This is me. So if you want to know me, listen to my podcast. I assure you will learn far more than talking to somebody who knows me, because there are so many things about me that it's impossible to share in one day, and there are so many stories. So I've tried, but I think it'll be a super awesome documentary in regard to the college experience and how much of it is for sale, I suppose. So look forward to that. Look forward to more episodes that are better recorded. Look forward to amazing work, and look forward to tomorrow, because it's all we have. So this is Vanessa the Vivacious signing off, thanking you for being here and saying I'll see you tomorrow.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
If you're a maintenance supervisor for a commercial property, you've had to deal with everything from leaky faucets to flickering light bulbs. But nothing's worse than that ancient boiler that's lived in the building since the day it was built, 50 years ago. It's enough to make anyone lose their cool. That's where Grainger comes in. With industrial-grade products and dependable fast delivery, Grainger can help with any challenge, from worn-out components to everyday necessities. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.